Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. I'd like to welcome you to my presentation today on delivering business advisory services to add value. I think this is one of the most challenging and interesting areas to confront accountants for quite some time. This is a journey, and every journey starts with a single step. I cannot claim to be the author of that particular comment. A far more famous person than me made that statement many years ago. But for those of you who have not started on this journey to deliver business advisory services to your clients, please don't fret. It does start with a single step. And once you get underway, it will work quite well for you, I'm sure. The CommBank's Market Pulse report that was released in June 2020 was a great boost for the Australian accountancy profession because it identified that business advisory services was the practice area expected to be most in demand in the next 6 to 12 months. And I honestly believe from there on, business advisory services will finally take its place alongside compliance work, taxation, audits, insolvency work, financial planning, as a very important component of the services that accountants can deliver to their clients. The accountancy firms who were surveyed, and the CommBank's information indicated that they had firms participated in the survey from every level of Australian accountancy firms, from top 100 firms, large accountancy firms distributed throughout Australia, medium-sized firms, and very small firms. The survey result indicated that those firms nominated 70% factored towards business advisory services, far outstripping any other services that accountants provide, including tax consulting, which was rated at 48%. So for those of us who have supported the concept of business advisory services as being a legitimate product for accountants to deliver, this was a great survey result. The chief executive officer of one of the accountancy firms that was surveyed indicated that clients are using this time to revisit business models and looking at ways they can diversify income or introduce new ways of delivering products and services to clients. Introduce new ways of delivering products and services to clients. Have you started those conversations yet? Now, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. I can nearly hear you singing out to me and saying, we don't have the time to devote hundreds of hours to developing the templates and articles and promotional material relative to delivering business advisory services. Well, you don't have to. The ESS BIZTOOLS team have delivered it for you. Your role is to read the material which we have produced, which is in videos, in training manuals, and is in articles that you can then make available to your clients. So you don't have to spend hundreds of hours in reinventing the wheel. We can supply you a wide range of product packages. I'm going to refer to 6 of them today, but we have another 15, and we're adding around 3 new product packages a year to the product packages that we have available for our subscribers to utilize. We have promotional and marketing material, which will assist in getting the message across to your clients that you do have this great range of products to assist them to run better businesses. Hopefully to stop those clients who are ambitious and are wishing to scale up from going to someone else to help them on their growth journey. Why can't you help them? There's training videos. Now you might ask, what's our experience to be able to make the profound statement that we can deliver a whole range of business advisory services products to accountants in Australia and New Zealand? Well, they've been developed by an experienced team. I have had a wide range of accounting and commercial experience, including Chief Financial Officer and Company Secretary of a listed public company, where I learned how big businesses organize themselves. And I think they organize themselves in a whole series of smaller businesses, and then put an area manager in control, probably the equivalent to a board of directors for one of your SME clients. But the big decision they make is normally there is an accountant and a team to assist that accountant with each of those area managers, so that that business is able to get results and analyze the key performance indicators at a local level before the information is passed on to the head office, wherever it might be. A very important attribute of these types of companies. I was also a partner in an accountancy firm, 4-partner firm, but I started it as a sole practitioner after I left the public company arena. I was a consultant to a major Australian government program, the COMET program, Commercialising Emerging Technology, which introduced me to working with people who had developed new products, processes, or services, who had been admitted to a government program to help them get themselves into an investment-ready status. It was a fascinating program, and I quite enjoyed it. I did it for 11 years in conjunction with developing ESS BIZTOOLS. And I've been a consultant to accountancy firms and SMEs throughout Australia and New Zealand. My team have had extensive accounting, legal, and commercial experience. And we have an external web management consultant who's a vital member of our team in making sure that our products are able to be delivered to our subscribers via the internet without any hassle. And we're very proud of that. And ESS BIZTOOLS has also developed a network of affiliates who are accountants, company directors, business experts who have contributed to the development of our product packages by being our internal critics, reviewing material, making commentaries, making suggestions, and making some criticisms at times. And we've gone away and revamped products and services to meet that type of criteria. So we believe we have the experience to be able to stand in front of you today and say that we can deliver the type of services that I believe accountants need to be able to deliver business advisory services to small businesses and medium-sized enterprises situated anywhere in Australia. So I would like to share with you some comments on 6 of our product packages. The first one is survival in difficult times. These are tools to help you evaluate all aspects of the client's business. This is not normally done. This is significantly deeper than annual taxation work. There's 38 separate questionnaires that are linked to articles that are linked to key performance indicators, in some cases are linked to other templates, so that you can discuss a particular area of the client's operations in some depth with them, and you will have the material to assist you. So we've got material to look at the COVID-19 coronavirus assistance, government loans and grants for natural disasters, business monitoring and benchmarking, peak business fitness, how do you get there, cost reviews, team members, analyzing the performance, the engagement, the briefings that have to go on with team members. Wastage, defects and reworks costs millions of dollars to Australian business every year. Shrinkage, things being stolen. How do you help your clients protect themselves? Theft, pilferage and fraud. Cash flow forecasts, budgets and projected balance sheets are important. Customers, debtors management, debtors financing, work in progress, stock, suppliers, exporters, banks and lenders. Now, these terminologies would not apply to every one of your clients, but I suggest to you that if you use this product package, that you will use every one of these 38 key items at least once, because you'll have some of your clients that this applies to. Social media, selling, culture, selling a business, capital requirements, leadership, benchmarking, insurance, succession, risk management, avoiding problems, the big picture. And you might note in all that, I haven't mentioned taxation, because you already do a great job on advising your clients on taxation. But there are a whole range of other issues that go into this total business that many of your clients, and in fact, I nearly suggest all of your clients, need your input on if they are running businesses. And this package will assist you. The second package I want to bring to your attention is Chief Financial Officer Services. Now, this is the role that I performed in a public company. And I think most of your clients as SMEs have the same sort of problems that the big businesses have. In bigger businesses, one of the biggest problem areas they have is finance. Do you think your clients are any different? But in big companies, they have departments. They have a chief financial officer. They have numerous accountants and other people working for them that they can get input from on a range of matters. I don't think there's any difference for an SME other than the scale of operations is smaller. But I honestly believe those SMEs have still got the same issues that confront them. They still lie awake at night trying to work out how they're going to pay the bills or design a new service. You can't help them in everything, but you can help them in a lot. And one of the things that I found in my experience as a CFO was the daily what if questions. This is when the CEO, other members of the leadership team come in and bombard the chief financial officer. They did when I was there anyhow, with questions. Could we do such and such, Pete? Could we change this to that? What would be the cost of this? What do you think about buying this particular competitor's business? And how can we ramp it up? What's it going to cost? What's the payback? What's the rate of return? All these type of questions. Do you get those questions from your clients? Because I believe your clients have got those questions. But because they have not been signed on to a business advisory services type package, they're probably reluctant to ask you for them, to give you the answers. They're not treating you as being integral in their business. You need to be part. You need to be offering a virtual CFO service. You're being trained in a wide range of activities. Remember back to university or when you did your PY or whatever other activity you did for professional accreditation. You covered a lot more than taxation because there's a lot more issues for businesses than just taxation. Taxation's important, but does it add value to your small business client's business? I don't think so. It minimizes, in most cases, the amount of tax they might have to pay, sure. But does it help them with their succession plan? Does it help them with scaling up? Does it help them with raising capital so they can fund their business? No. So they're the type of services that I think the market is looking for in 2020-21. And preferably your firm would be seen as being the virtual chief financial officer. You can use the technology and the software today to be able to offer those services to a client no matter where they're situated in Australia. So you could contribute to a wide range of issues: cost control, charge out rate verification to achieve targeted profits, retail selling prices, product mix verification. Is what's happening in the store going to contribute to the profit target, or are they miles behind? Financing the business, going to be a big issue. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. Facilitating business review meetings. If you get nothing else out of today, I would urge you to really sit down and start talking to your clients about you coordinating a monthly, or if you've got to, quarterly leadership team meeting, concentrating on a business review, not taxation. Don't even mention the word taxation, but concentrate on the business. How can we make this a better business for your client? Because that's what happens in larger businesses and in successful SMEs. The next area I want to move to is business funding for SMEs. This has become a huge issue because JobKeeper has kept thousands of businesses alive for the last 6 months. And we all thought it was going to finish at the end of September. Now, because of situations around the world and in parts of Australia, it's been extended at a lower amount and a different type of entry mechanism to March next year. But many of your clients are going to find the going difficult, and are going to find it difficult to be able to raise funding. Virtually every financial writer in Australia for the last 2 months has been writing articles which indicate that it's going to be very difficult for many SMEs to be able to borrow from banks from now on, because the banks have already lent a significant amount of money, well over what they would normally have lent in the last 8 months to SMEs. So where are your clients going to turn to? Sure, the federal government's got a $1 million 50% guaranteed loan that funding for that's available to the banks. The banks seem to be a bit reluctant to push that because there's no guarantees coming from the borrower. So the banks are undoubtedly wearing 50% of the risk. So I can understand them why they might be a bit reluctant to push those loans. How are your clients going to finance their businesses? Well, one way is what I'm now going to share with you. Now, a few years ago, this would have been looked at as being a disaster for SMEs, but it's not so bad this year because there's opportunities for them to be able to raise capital. We have crowdsourced funding equity raising, which allows a private company to raise up to $5 million in 12 months and come back again next year and raise it again, as long as the fans, the potential investors, support the share raising and they go through the process utilising the crowdsourced funding intermediaries. Now, we have a full product package on crowdsourced funding equity raising. We can assist you so that you get ready to be able to deliver this service to your clients. We've got early stage innovation company, which is a new entity that the government legislated for to assist companies who have developed new products, processes, or services to be able to raise capital. And I'm going to make some more comments about that particular capital raising in a moment. And we have Section 708 of the Corporations Act, which allows companies to raise up to $2 million from 20 investors in a 12-month period. Now, that was first introduced 35 years ago. It was hard to raise money before then, I can assure you. But things have changed and moved on. But I still find accountants who really don't know how Section 708 operates. It's a legitimate way to be able to raise money, to issue shares in a company. Just got to be careful of the 50 shareholder limit. And we have the Business Growth Fund that the federal government has legislated for. Banks have already contributed about $500 million. And the government is putting some money in and hoping to get that fund up to $1 billion. And it will be lending. Sorry, my mistake. It will be investing in companies. It's an investment from sometime in the next 6 months or so, I'm told. But nothing is easy. These clients are going to need business plans, budgets, cash flow forecasts, looking at the next 3 to 5 years, and understand the rules that apply to each type of capital raising if they're going to be able to utilize one of these capital raising opportunities. Now, raising capital is exciting because it's able to be undertaken without having to mortgage assets, issue personal guarantees, or pay monthly principal and interest repayments. I think you should be promoting that in your newsletters and saying to clients, that's the heading. Do you want to have $1 million introduced to your business and you don't have to mortgage assets, issue personal guarantees, or enter into a monthly repayment of principal and interest? Sure, there's going to be some shares allocated to those investors. Those investors might end up owning 20, 25% of the business. But this is about wealth accumulation, wealth creation, not a paranoia about percentage of ownership in a company. And your clients need to be mentored in that so they understand how this system can work to their advantage. They don't have to go and borrow their mother-in-law's home unit to mortgage to raise money for their business. Industry-specific activities. Most accountancy firms in Australia have some clients who are working within the trades, tradies. Helping them to achieve their targeted profits is very important. When I quiz tradies that I run into on the golf course or at football matches as to how they work out what their charge out rate's going to be, some of them quietly admit to me they listen to what their competitors are saying in the pub. That's not good business planning. Everyone's got different productivity figures for their staff and different markups they're making on materials that they're going to utilize. We have a calculator which is based on work that Andrew Geddes, one of the founders at FMRC, Financial Management Research Center at the University of New England, some years ago developed. And with Andrew's permission, we have updated it. And we have our subscribers utilizing that to help their clients set their charge out rates and then to monitor it every month or 3 months to see what is actually going on their team members' productivities and their markups on materials being brought in to see whether they're going to earn that profit they're hoping to achieve. A similar type of calculator is available for the manufacturers that you have as clients. And we have a variation on that product package which looks at retail businesses pricing and the product mixes. So you can look at various types of product mixes. I think we've got 40 different departments within a retail environment that we've built into the package. So you can play with the numbers and then monitor them. Because if suddenly your clients start selling a whole range of products that there's only a 40% markup on, and they want to achieve an overall gross profit of 56%, they need to be alerted that they've got to compensate for that. They've got to get out and make sales in other areas at higher markups. Now, this is practical day-to-day financial advice that big business is getting all the time. Your clients deserve that level of service. And we've got the tools to assist you to do that. Professional fees charge out calculator. I've been using this for years and many of our subscribers use it every year. But it's not just designed for accountants. It can be used for solicitors, architects, quantity surveyors, engineers, and a whole range of other professional groups that are all basically selling time. Some of them have got markups on various inputs that they procure for clients, so you can use that. And within that package, we also have a business health check, which is for specific businesses benchmarking reviews. The exciting product package we have is the innovation journey from research and development to capital raising, which looks at research and development. Many of your clients could have been spending this period of time when they couldn't go to their factories or offices in thinking about a new technology or developing a prototype or developing something. This is research and development. We have a package which will assist you to explain that to your client and show them how they can gain the taxation advantages. Admittedly, they have to form a company, but this will give you the intro to have a conversation with them. And then the system will ensure that all of the information from the initial review of prior art through to the identification of hypothesis, through to the recording of charge out times is all recorded within the system. The Australian government's cleared the air to a significant extent on research and development by withdrawing some amendments to the legislation that they've had lingering in the Senate for the last 18 months. They've now been withdrawn, so the air is clear, and the government has learnt through the coronavirus that research and development needs to be encouraged, especially manufacturing research and development, because they've also realised the problems of getting a whole lot of our supplies from one particular country. Accelerating commercialisation grant is also considered in this area because that will help with a grant of up to $1 million on a 50% grant basis to commercialise the research that's already been undertaken. Early stage innovation company I referred to earlier. Company has to qualify under one of two tests. The company generally has to be under 3 years of age, has to have a turnover of under $200,000 in the last 12 months and expenditure of under $1 million in the last 12 months. And depending on what the company's been doing, it can qualify for this status of early stage innovation company. And that helps the company raise capital. Why? Because the government has introduced some attractive taxation incentives for qualifying investors. Hopefully that helps you think about that journey. Government grants. We have the sixth product I want to discuss with you today is our government grant package, which will help you identify grants that you can then utilize to identify the grants, talk to your clients about the grants. It takes about 3 minutes to complete the client profile, and it will produce you a list of potential grants. There's then some additional questions that can be asked about your client's business and what they're doing. And the system will then produce a report, which is ready for you to send to your client outlining the grants that you've identified. Grants are a great way for you to deliver business advisory services to your clients. Some of the grants that I've worked on that you could be working on include business plans, budgets, cash flow forecasts, advice on cash flow management, enterprise mentoring. I've conducted one of those sessions this morning, 1 hour every fortnight, talking to a leadership team, 3 people, small business, 5 million turnover. Strategic planning, business mentoring, and project management, primarily for the Accelerating Commercialisation Grant. We supply training for each of these product packages. We've developed it as 12 training sessions of 1 hour each. And there's a 60-minute video presentation, taking the plunge to deliver business advisory services with ESS BIZTOOLS. So do you want to learn more? Are you ready to take the plunge and offer a broader range of professional services to your clients? I hope you are, without needing to reinvent the wheel. This will assist you to differentiate your services in the marketplace, because the vast majority of Australian accountants still persist in only delivering taxation type services. If you could run your practice so that you had it that 60% was coming from compliance and 40% from business advisory services, or even 50-50, I'm sure you are going to be well differentiated in your marketplace. I'd like to invite you to register with me for me to conduct a 60-minute complimentary Zoom meeting with you, so I get an understanding of your type of accountancy firm activities, who your clients are, so that I can then diagnose to you what I think the product packages that we have developed at ESS BIZTOOLS will be most suitable to you, to enable you to really add value to the services you're providing your clients. If you want to do that, all you've got to do is log on to go.essbiztools.com.au/3-schedule, and we will be able to book a time with you. You're most welcome to visit our websites, and they're there on the screen, essbiztools.com.au and essbizgrants.com.au, or telephone me on 1-800-232-088. So in conclusion, stay safe. I look forward to working with you on this challenge of delivering business advisory services to your clients, and have a great day. Goodbye.